with less than equal to 1 year of experience in maths prop stat, I think one should go for ISI MSQMS or CMI MS Data Science. And those with more than 1 year of experience. Examples are like engineering students, or I would say any statistics students who have passed out did some job. So who think that they do not have much experience in mathematics, probability statistics. That's simple as that. Dot dot dot. Example. And for more than 1 year of experience, I would say example economics, math, stat, of course. They should go for IIT JAM MS and ISIS CUET. That's an easier option. CUET, PG Stat. So if you want to build a career in data science and statistics, that's what I'm focused on. Now, this is not true for others. Stat, IIT JAM MS, and ISIM Stat. Now, coming to the statistics people, I think all the statistics people should give all these 5 examinations. Rather, in ISI, one thing in ISI, one can be only in ISI, one can give only one examination. So you have to choose which examination you want to give, either ISIMS QMS or ISIM Stat. Okay. So let's take ISIMS QMS and CMI in the same order, then CUET, then IIT, and then ISI. In this order, you should apply. I believe CMI is harder than ISIMS QMS because in CMI it's more it's hard, it's fun problems, it's interesting problems. So let's see, I hope they have the syllabus. Okay, so if you see, there's schools mathematics, there's discrete mathematics, which is set like it's combinatorics, number theory, and pre-calculus kind of thing. And then there's probability theory. Now probability theory, it's still univariate distributions, no multivariate distributions are there. And then programming, this is very interesting. This is like, you do not have to learn Python, but if you learn Python in the beginning, like in the process, it's good, it's really good. Okay, so this is what I believe is one of like, it's a really beautiful examination. Now going to ISIMS QMS, let's see. For the syllabus, there is again algebra. So you can see this algebra and all these things, nothing but school mathematics and discrete mathematics combination. Same here, school mathematics and discrete mathematics combination. If you see here, you will see matrix and determinant, but they have given it here as linear algebra, same thing. Okay, so all this thing is nothing but school and school mathematics and discrete mathematics, the same thing. And then calculus is there, which is also here. Oh, I think it's here again, elementary calculus. So you can see CMI has a much larger syllabus than ISIMS QMS. However, in calculus, you have this unconstant optimization and functions of 2 variables, which are very easy. It will take like 2 or 3 more classes. That's it. Then ISIM, then CMI, and ISIMS QMS. So now coming back to CUET, and then now for the statistics and more mathematics oriented people. So if you observe, you will see again for statistics people, sequence result. This is something that is not there in like CM and ISM schemas, and I will tell you why. This is real analysis. Now, why real analysis is important for statistics and all these things? Because the sequence series first tells you the basic idea of a limit. Okay, the whole calculus is based on limits, right? If you read calculus if you remember the calculus from 11 and 12, the whole thing is there based on limits. And sequence series is it's a different way, it's a sequential way of limits. But the limits that you have seen in your school, or those are kind of continuous limits, but sequential limits is a discrete step. It's easier to see. So what they're doing is that they're developing the entire calculus in terms of sequences. The idea of limit of sequence is extended to the idea of limit in calculus in the continuous version. And since the limit in discrete steps is important, that's why it's intuitive, it's more interesting and easy to do. That's why they do it first. Okay, But if you remember about limit in school days, or the way it is required, it's it's kind of, you do not know why the things are happening, but once you learn the sequence and series, you will really know why the things are happening, why the things are defined in that specific manner. And this is very important, this is very important to know and understand from the very scratch. Okay. Now if you observe, if now I will take a detour and I will show you something. If you observe this MSc in data science of CMI program, and if you observe their actual syllabus, the syllabus inside CMI, and you will see that you have to learn actually the coursework of the entrance learnings, like the course, the probability and statistics mathematical analysis methods. If you see this, it's nothing but this, right? Sequence and series, uh, limits, essentially the syllabus for the entrance of ISI and IIT. So that's why I'm saying that ISI and CMI, ISI, MS and CMI are actually a prelude, a precursor to the IIT JAM MS and ISI MStat. That's why every student should aim for II and all the five examinations. Okay, that's why it's important. Okay, now go to for the statistics people. If you observe, let me get. Okay, so if you see that all the syllabus are same, just that IIT has given a much more detailed syllabus than CUET. The only thing CUET extra has is differential equations and descriptive statistics and probability. But they don't just have this extra stuff. Uh, and rest of the things are all same, as I can see. Yeah, all sampling and design, but this sampling and design is also in ISI. If you see, ISI have sampling and design. So that's why it's a mixture of things. If you prepare for CUET, so CUET is much easier examination. So I would say if anyone is preparing for IIT, ISI, first step is to solve CUET questions, CUET past year questions, then solving the IIT JAM questions, and then solving the ISI questions. So ISI is the CMI of the level 1. Like if you observe CMI questions, so let me now go to like show you what I'm saying. So now let's go to question papers of ISI and CMI. So ISI, M.Sc, past year questions. So if you observe the whole thing of CMI or ISI, M.Sc, you will see that, and compared with CMI, let's go to the CMI 2023 question paper. So you will see one thing, that here you will see questions like this, interesting questions. They are really beautiful questions. Okay, but it's these questions, and if you observe these questions more, like uh, these questions and this type of questions, tic-tac-toe questions, these are interesting questions. These questions are not here in ISI MSQMS. They are like straight, ISI MSQMS is straightforward. That's why I believe it's easier. Like if you practice more, you will get it, right? If you see the difference. So do you guys see the difference between ISI and MSQ? Do you see these are like a JE type questions, okay, which are also coming in ISCMI, which is also important for CMI. So that's why I believe ISI MSQMS questions are important for CMI. But CMI needs a bit more thinking style. And this, because CMI, because okay, so I have a background in math Olympiads, okay, like real math Olympiads, the real original math Olympiad, national math Olympiad. I didn't get a chance. I didn't qualify for the international math Olympiad. So CMI is a very big, you know, uh, big player in that. Like they are a proponent, both IS and CMI are both proponents of math Olympiads. And if you know IONI in India, it's like the no International Computing Olympiad. Uh, it's held by CMI, okay? It's held by CMI. I mean, if you, if you um, get into the international, if you pass the international Olympiad level, then automatically CMI gives you undergrad admission, okay? So that's why the questions of CMI are very interesting. They are like Olympiad format. That's why you see they're very different. And if you see ISI's question, you will also see ISI questions are the same, because ISI hold the same questions uh, for math Olympiad. So if you see this type of questions, you can see it's different. It's very different. These are like JE type questions, but again, these are questions that they're very different. For example, like this, these questions are different. These questions are different. Okay, these are very different, and you will see. And the first level is not so different, but the second level is absolutely different. You will see how different it is. You will not find the questions like this anywhere. Anywhere. Okay, so that's why ISI and CMI, I believe, are the hardest to prepare because it's very creative. Okay, now go back to now CVT questions. Let's go to CVT questions. So if you observe CVT questions, they have removed this first part like from this year. Like let's go to this. If you observe, these are like very simple questions. That's very straightforward questions. It's like shifted exponential distribution, like location change exponential distribution. Okay, they're asking method of moments. Now if you see this question, they also asked method of moments. Okay, yeah, they also probably ask, or maybe MLE. Yeah, they will also ask max. I don't know, like whether they have maximum likelihood question paper. Yeah, they will ask MLE because they're very fundamental, easier questions. Okay, so I would say a person can start learning and then practice theirs on CVT knowledge, and then go on to the IIT knowledge, IIT questions, and then to the ISI questions. Okay, and that's the person how should approach the whole paper, whole learning. In the mathematics course, we have divided into lessons. Okay, into lessons, um like this. But what we are planning from now on is something very beautiful, and at least for the CMI 2025 batch and the ISI IIT 2025 batch, is we are introducing generative AI into the course. How we are introducing that, let me show it to you. Let me show it as an example. So here's an example for you. For example, you go to CMI, you will be having a course like this. Okay, and you will have a prompt like this. You can copy this prompt, you can go here and you can paste this prompt, and whatever the prompt is, and here your AI tutor will come, and that person will discuss with you. Okay, and they will discuss with you, and they will only discuss on the topic that we have built a prompt. So since I am a researcher, we have a researcher group, we have a pedagogical researcher group, we have a AI researcher group, who are building these things so that it can help you in your learning journey. So what happens is that many times students do not have time rather to watch the videos. So why we are building this is, we are building this set of prompts where the students can select these prompts, go to the chat GPT and paste it down, and then interact with it for some time till the student understand it. Let's say, um, or if you can also, like, let's copy this, and if you also paste this prompt instead of this, if you observe this, it will introduce you to the topic. You can ask questions. Observe this very well, and then it will give an example of pseudocode, and then it will ask a quiz. And I believe this is a full circle of learning this. Okay, and these are all text-based prompt, and ChatGPT has a lot of and not only ChatGPT, you can go to other LLMs too, large language models too, to use this. So we are really passionate about using technology in education as much as possible, rather most large language models, because I think increase their productivity by a lot. Okay, they can increase their productivity by a lot using this. Okay, so this is the first step. We have built a set of um, lessons out there, right? Mathematics. Then if you go to probability, same lessons. If you go to statistics, same lessons. Then we have crash course lessons. Then we have our mock tests. So let me show you our mock tests. You have quizzes out there like this. And for example, let's preview the quiz. Okay, you have a timer here. You have the questions here. You have a lot of questions. Okay. Um, Similarly, so this is the whole thing, and you have a mock test similarly, exactly the same way. If you go to the mock test course, the same thing, right? The same mock test. You can go here and check all the mock tests. Okay. sorry for this image thing. So yeah, you can check the mock test out here, and you can see that like all the sections are uh, changed, like are distributed like this, like in the exam paper. And same for CMI. Now go to, if you go to CMI thing, um, if you go to CMI crash course, same thing. You have a weekly plan. Now this quizzes and mock tests are extra, both for IIT and ISI. If you observe, let's go to probability. I will show it to you. Let's go to a random week. Let's say this week. And if you go here, you will have an assignment like this. The three assignments. So our goal is simple: learn offline. We will give you videos. We will give you this whole chat GPT thing, prompts thing. You can learn. Come to the class. There'll be three. There are three problem sets: problem set 1, problem set 2, problem set 3. These three problem sets will be discussed live in classes. For CMI, it's the same. So let me show it for CMI 2. So previously there were two teachers teaching, so there are two of them, two assignments you can see, and they were discussing the classes, and students have to just solve these assignments, right? That's the whole thing. So what we have done is this: we have broken down the entire course into sections. I believe the goal of any coaching institution, any mentor or set of mentors should be one thing. There's a large, long achieving goal to achieve, long goal to achieve, that is beyond the student's vision. Since we are experts, we have broken down that goal into smaller pieces so that you can keep yourself accountable. Okay. You may see other coaching centers having fancy apps and stuff like that, but that is just to entice you. Oh, like, but is it like really helping you making accountable? You should check that. Okay. And that's why we have decided to keep it very simple. And we have assignments that you should solve. That's what's your accountability is. You're accountable for your assignments, right? And learning and coming to the classes, so understand this whole process. You have a very set of videos, week of set of videos. These are recorded videos. So let's say conceptual classes videos, let's say like this. You have reading materials like this. You can see programming problems of CMI and stuff like that. And you have concept classes. You have two concept classes. Based on that, you have an assignment like this. Okay, both for CMI and ISC, the same thing, same model. Recorded video classes, or in this CMI case, they were live video classes. But now we will be doing recorded video classes. If possible, I'm not sure. We can do live if it's, but they will be recorded video classes or live video class, at least one of them. And for ISI, they're all ISI IIT, they're already recorded video classes. I have taken them. So you watch them, and then there'll be prompts. Then you watch, like, you prepare yourself for the class. Come to the class, there'll be three problem solving classes. Understand. So if I talk in the terms of machine learning, there's a foundational model, right? Like you have a big model, like, right? For example, you know about large language model, right? All of you know about ChatGPT. So do you know how ChatGPT is built? ChatGPT is built in this 3 steps. Any machine learning model is built in, and I believe human being is a big machine learning model. So you have a foundational model. What is a foundational model? Foundational model is something that is built on, that is trained on a larger data set, like huge millions and billions of data. Okay. That's what ChatGPT is. ChatGPT is trained on the entire web. Or then there is downstream task, like basic task. In this case, like you're going to learn the whole model, and then you want to fine tune it. Downstream task, like for IIT, you have learned the entire statistics, but you have to now fine tune, like for like you have to navigate or fine tune for ISI, IIT, or CMI or something like that, right? And then you have to test yourself on new data set, whether it's working or not. So these are the 3 steps. First is you learn the foundations. That is very important. And I don't know, like there are many people out there who are trying to learn, like do techniques or directly fine tune, but that is harmful because your foundation is weak, and we do not believe in that. Okay, so first you build your foundations. Fine tune it, and fine tune. How do you fine tune it? That's why the problem solving classes are. The problem solving classes are technique based, corresponding to the examination. You fine tune it according to the examination, right? And then finally the testing part. You have assignments, you have practice questions, you have mock tests, you have past year questions. This is simple. People make it complicated. Okay, so just do these 3 steps for each and every single lesson. Oh, we have divided, and that's our duty. That's what we have done. I believe a student, if the student wants to self-prepare, a student should do all the steps in his or her own way. But I think without it, the student will lose motivation, because imagine you are doing an assignment, you are getting validation, oh, you're progressing. But if you're learning alone, that can be a bottleneck. But I have seen students learning alone. But the good thing is that students from statistics background can easily, like if they have good college, I think it's very good, because the college is keeping them accountable. But if they do not have good college, it's hard for them. So this is the entire plan and the mission and uh, the plan of each and every course that we build and we will build in the future. Okay, so this is the whole method we follow. It's simple: foundation classes, problem solving classes corresponding to examinations. We will learn from those who have given the examination, and you will learn the techniques corresponding to the examination, and then practice similar questions, test yourself. Simple. And do this for each and every lessons. For IIT, there are 42 lessons. For ISI, there are 52 lessons. For CMI, there are 20 and 30 lessons. Simple. And these lessons are built with careful research, pedagogical research, that what should be the step-by-step approach based on the syllabus. It's simple. If you can build it yourself, that's good. If you cannot, then I think it's good to have a mentor, but it's your choice. Okay. Now you have learned about how Cheenta courses work. So in both of ISI and IIT and CMI, we will have 3 live classes at least. For CMI, it may be 2 to 3. At least 2 problem solving live class, that for sure for CMI. And the other 1 or 2 maybe live classes for theory. But for ISI and IIT, there'll be 3 live classes for sure every week. And I really like to under promise or over deliver, so you will get to learn more about our courses when you join. Like, we have a really large number of classes every week. We have a lot of activities going on, so that I cannot tell you right now. So this is all about our course. Now for the strategy, I've already told you the strategy, because the strategy I believe in, the strategy we believe in, that's we have built in this course. And I think this is the strategy every student should follow. Every student should have an accountable, should have an accountable state of process of evaluating himself or herself. That is extremely important. Okay, now books. If you go to books, I think if you just search books for ISI MStat, I think you should use the Google now. The first thing is our one. You can search, and we have given a list of books and stuff. Yes, again, the books are good, but you have to organize and make a plan for yourself. If your college is good enough, I believe you should self-prepare. If your college is not good enough, or you think you need some external help, then I think organized plan is very important. Whether you do it with us, whether you do it with someone else, or whether you do it with a single one-to-one mentor, you get it from your senior. I'm just trying to help you. What you should look out for if you're looking for a good coaching, good person to a mentor, I think these are the steps. They should have a good foundational stuff. They should have good exam specific problem solving, and they should have a good exam specific problems to test your abilities on. And they should have a proper step-by-step plan that keeps you accountable. These 4 simple steps is enough. Just that the students fail because they do not complete it and they think it's too much. Okay. Now, one of the most important question I get from students from non-stat background is, this is too much for me. Now, to answer to them is very simple. See, you are from a non-stat background. The statistics student you are going to compete with is preparing for 3 years, okay, for the examination. Now you are saying you're going to come here and you're going to do it in 6 months. Do you think it's possible? No, it's not possible. It will never be possible. Do not do not live in an illusion. You have to do the foundation. You have to do the things. They have spent hours and hours giving examinations and preparing. Now you need at least 1 year to at least self-prepare, okay? And just doing questions, past year questions will not help. You have to understand the foundations. That is very important, at least for ISI, IIT, and CMI, and I think all of the questions, all of the examinations. Yes, to practice, you can get 20-30%, but that's like, the practice thing is like happens from 80% to 90% or 95%, not like 0% to 15%. You have to understand this very carefully, okay? Okay, so now difference between our course. For platinum course, for CMI, there's only one course, crash course. Sorry, two course, one crash course and mock test course. For IS and IIT, we have if one is getting into ISI course, platinum course, that person is getting IIT course right away for free. All the entire course. Platinum course means everything course. Okay, so platinum is larger. It's a value more, so that's why it's everything course. The ISI course consists of both IIT and ISI course. Uh, for IIT course, it's just IIT course, a platinum course. Now for us crash course has already started. Crash course is a very, you see that large course at a 42 weeks for IIT. It's like a quiz down version, half down version. So there is one lesson in 1 week. So we have built the crash course in such a way there is like two lessons in 1 week. Okay, we have devised a course in that way only. But you have to do it like fast. That's it. But I believe a student who, so this is based on the 3 steps I've said: foundation, exam based oriented preparation, and like these 2 steps. If a person has good foundations, I would say the person shouldn't waste their money for platinum. They should go directly into the crash course. But if a person doesn't have good foundations, I believe the person should enroll for platinum course. It's a simple distinction. If the person was like knows that the person is prepared for the examination and has good foundations, just need more problems or mock tests, for them the bronze course. This is a simple distinction for the students. Okay.